The way I did him was so dirty, and I should have never did that. He saw it as me like following them as a lost puppy, and it never gave that. I can't do it all, and I'm wearing too many hats. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Nikita, but you can call me the real impulse. And on this channel, we're teaching the girls how to spend the money that pays them. Okay, pays them. And if you're not treating yourself, that's weird. Okay, stop being weird. Today we're gonna be talking about some things I regret from 21 years of living before I go into 22 years of life. So I turned 22 in January 6th, 2024. So I want to make sure that to live my softer life, I am honest with my 21-year-old self, so that when I'm 22, I'm living the softer life. I'm tired of God putting me on the strongest warriors list. I'm done. So now I need to be honest with myself, break free, and get through it so that I could be living that softer life. Just a disclaimer, these are things that I regret, but if given the chance to do these things again, I would not do it. I would not do it again and change anything. I would just do it again and do the same thing I did, because what happened to me during these times, it evolved me. It created who I am today, Makita. Otherwise, I'd just be Makita, and that's not the same. So I feel like I did what I needed to do to become who I am today, but I want to be a better person, like I said, by the time I'm 30, but probably next year with the softer life that I keep signing up for, the soft life. So I keep signing up for that package. That package still hasn't been delivered. I'm trying to get it delivered. So let's start with number one on things that I regret, and let's hope that this shakes something. So number one would be that I didn't date this guy that I really liked because of what people thought. And I don't wish to have him now. Like, I love my boyfriend to death. That is my ride or die. That is my forever. It's just that when I was dating that guy, I really did like him, but because people were telling me like, oh, he's like nerdy, he's too nerdy for you, or oh, he's ugly, or oh, you see who he hangs out with, like, they were just putting things in my ears, and I was like literally eating it up. Like, I was just like, you know what, that's right, yeah, you know what, that's true. Now granted, I was a freshman in high school. My mentality was very childish, but I was really just like taking in the opinions of other people when I really should have just did what I wanted to do when I wanted to do it. But that is a lesson that I had to learn, that you cannot let people stop you from what's for you, because what's meant for you will be for you. And I truly believe that if you like somebody, it doesn't matter what the people think, because you like them. Like, you're the one who has to sleep next to them at the end of the day. You're the one who has to be with them. Like, it really shouldn't matter what people think about who you hang around, but I let it bother me, and that's something that I regret. Like, the way I did him was so dirty, and I should have never did that. So a lesson learned. But I'll fully accept the karma that comes with that. That's why I'm not even in the softer life package. That's really probably a reason, because I just told him, like, you know what, I don't think we're not gonna work, but we really might have worked, because there was nothing wrong with what we have. He was cool. We was always like having a good conversation. Like, he was really a cool person. I just let people get into my ear, and I feel like that was something I should have never did. And then I told him, like, we're not gonna work out, and then I just left. That was kind of crazy of me, but it is what it is. Lesson learned. Next, another regret I have is not spending a lot of time with my friends in high school. I was on the step team. I was in this thing called Sing. It's where you perform in school. I had a job at the time, and then I was always like with my boyfriend. So it was like, I feel like if I spent more time hanging out with my friends, like when they was going out, and I'm not gonna put all the blame on me. Some of it was my mama. My mama told me I couldn't hang out this hour, and if she don't know the people, I can't go out with them. So part of it was her too. I'm not gonna take all the blame. But I feel like if I would have put more time into being friends with them, I would have been having a stronger relationship with them. Like, I don't really have a close relationship with a lot of high school friends anymore. I only have like 3 friends from high school that are still my friends now. But when I was in high school, I had like 10, 15, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like those bonds would have been stronger. We would have had more of a connection had I pursued those friendships a little bit more. Maybe had more conversation with them in the hallways passing. Maybe stop hanging out in the library all the time by myself and going to the cafeteria, like things like that. If I made moves like that, I probably would have a stronger friendship with them. But honestly, I'm cool where I'm at right now. Like I'm cooling on the whole big friend group thing. I don't think I really want that for myself, but I do think that having a friend group in general would be better for me. But I'm not gonna put it on me if God didn't want that for me. I just want him to give me the softer life. This is why we're going through the regrets, so that the regrets can explain to him that I understood where I went wrong and I'm learning. So now help me be softer. Thanks. Next. Another regret I have, and this one is actually a major one, which kind of ties into the whole friend group thing. So I regret trying to fit into friend groups where I was not welcome. I didn't see it at the time, but apparently, so when I was in 9th grade, I had this friend group because we all had like the same class together, but we also came from middle school together, so we knew each other. So that was our clique until, you know, when you meet people in high school, you start separating, but you still like talk to each other, text each other, whatever. So that group, they told me that everybody in my middle school thought that I was following around this group of girls. Like, I thought we were friends, but apparently they saw it as me like following them as a lost puppy, and it never gave that. I thought in my head we were friends, but apparently the rumor was that Makita just follows them like a lost puppy. She doesn't have any friends. How did y'all come to that conclusion? But I feel like that can only come up if somebody said it, heard it, spread the word. Somebody had to tell them that it was like that, because I didn't even really see them. Like, those friends that I had in high school that told me what happened, like what people were thinking in middle school, I didn't really see them in school. So somebody had to spread that around. You see what I'm saying? So I feel like me trying to, now granted, okay, I'm not gonna say that we was like this. We wasn't locked in close, okay? But we were friends. Like, we sat next to each other. When class came around, we always found 4 seats so we could sit together. When we was in the lunchroom cafeteria, we always found space for 4 of us to fit. So clearly 4 of us was there. But I feel like somewhere in there, they thought that I was hanging out with them because they're all who I had to hang out with. When I was in middle school, mind you, I went to 2 middle schools. I went to one middle school for 6th grade, and then 7th and 8th grade, I went to another middle school. This middle school in 6th grade, I transferred over into 7th grade. When I got to 7th grade, I saw some of my elementary school friends in 7th grade because we were in the same class, and they were like, oh, Makita, you from, because when I was in elementary school, I had 2 different schools also. So I had left that school, went to a different middle school, then came back to my zone middle school, and I saw them, and then we were cool and we were hanging out. But then I was too smart for that class, and they switched me out to the excelling class, and then I went to that class, and that's where that whole friend group, she's trying to fit into that friend group narrative came. But in reality, I had friends. They just weren't in this class. I wasn't seeing out in this class. So I was just hanging around with people that were in my class. So then for them to say that I was following them around, that's giving weird to me. But honestly, I do regret hanging out with them, because when I think back at it, we weren't really friends either. Like, we were like, at the time, yes, I did think we were friends, but like when I look back at it, I can see why people thought I was like a lost puppy following them, because like we weren't actually like friends. We were just like people who were hanging out because we were in the same vicinity. So I regret trying to fit into a group that had no room for me. But I'm gonna clear the air. I wasn't following nobody like no lost puppy. Next, I regret thinking about everybody else's struggle but my own. I feel like that has caused me the most stress that I have had in 21 years of life. I don't know why I do it, but I always feel like I can fit everybody's struggle, everybody's stress, everybody's problems into my regular daily life, help them fix them, and help me fix me. I can't do it all, and I'm wearing too many hats. I gotta let the hats go. And I feel so bad for telling people like, yo, solve your own stuff. fix your own stuff. If you going through it, that ain't got nothing to do with me. Because if I go through it, I would always want somebody to be there for me. So I never want somebody to feel like they don't have anybody, but I feel like I can't be everybody for everybody. So I regret putting other people's problems before my own, because I found that I put myself in a hole, a very deep hole that I had to dig back out of. I went to therapy to fix it. Like, I was really like holding on to things that I shouldn't have been, because other people's trauma was not my trauma. But the way the brain works is that it doesn't differentiate, it just feels it. So I think that I was holding on to everybody's thing, that I forgot to take care of me, and I came into like this darker place where I didn't even know which emotion was mine. So I had to unpack that, you know, unlive that, and then I had to figure out, like, I had to do some mental coaching and get myself back on track, because I'm trying to live a softer life. But that softer life is really not going to come if I keep giving everybody a piece of me. Everybody can't get a piece of me anymore. I'm very like reserved on my energy, my time, and space right now. Like, nobody can get a piece of me right now. Right now, I'm like, there's Reese's Pieces. You get pieces of Reese's, but you can't get a piece of what? Like, what candy? You can't get a piece of me. That's it. You can't get a piece of me. That's it. I'm tired of people taking advantage of my kindness and turning me into a weaker person. So I will not allow the people of America, the governing world, and all those forward to take advantage of Makita. I deserve better too. I have to choose it for myself. So I'm choosing it for myself. I be outside though. Just not with you if you trauma dumping. Next, the last thing I regret is not being kinder to people who were just trying to be my friend. Like, a lot of people would tell y'all this, like, from different perspectives, Makita is mean. And, like, I get that, because I was really mean to people that didn't deserve it. And when I look back at it, I do regret it. They were just trying to be, like, cool with me, friends with me. And I was in, like, defense mode. I was in, like, I had my guard up bad. Like, anybody who tried to be my friend, I was, like, real, like, mean. Like, real mean. And it's not even them. It's just the fact that, so when I went to my my elementary school, I went to, like, this all-white and Asian school, and those kids made me feel like I was an outcast because I was black. One time, this girl asked me, "Are those your real lips?" This girl asked me, "Is that your real hair?" Like, people really asked me questions that now when I look back at it, I was like, what the hell were their parents talking to them about, bro? Like, they really violated me, and I didn't say nothing about it. I was just like, when I was in elementary school, I was like this really sweet kid, and then I was like, nah, not no more. And then I went to this really, like, they weren't. Yeah, they were ratchet. I went to a little bit of a ratchet middle school, but they were very smart. Everybody in that school was very smart. That's why my mom put me in that school, because that school was like a excellent school, something like that. So we went there, and, well, I'm saying we, like, she came with me. She was not there with me, but she put me in there, and I was in there, and I was with some smart kids, but they toughened me up. Like, they showed me how to, like, yo, when somebody's coming at you, you need to come at them back. So then I took that energy, and then I took it out on people who was just really not even trying to come at me. They was just trying to be my friend, but I could have differentiated, because the people in my elementary school were just trying to be my friend, but they didn't know any better. We were like kids, so it's just like what your parents teach you is what you know. So it was like, you know, it was crazy stuff. But I really regret being mean to people who were just trying to be nice to me or just trying to be my friend. Like, I was on defense mode. I did what I had to do to survive mentally, because those kids, like, even though people were telling me, like, oh, they're just kids, or like, oh, this gonna pass, like, that, it didn't pass. Like, it didn't, and that it kept happening. So I'm not gonna say that they didn't know any better, but I don't necessarily think it's their fault for thinking like that. I do think that there's influences around you, and when you're very young, you take in those influences and you repeat it back verbatim, and you don't even know it's wrong until somebody else from another perspective, another world, another lifestyle tells you, like, that is not an okay way to think. That is not an okay question to ask. And those are the things that I regret. So now can I be on the Soft Life channel, because I am tired. I need to pick somebody else. because I'm done fighting. But that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Follow me on Instagram at Makita, MAK3DA_. Follow my business page on Instagram at luxempulse, and follow my business page on TikTok at luxempulse. And I will see y'all in the next one, which will be Vlogmas Day 16. Love y'all. Peace. Peace, love, and vlog.